What's up, everybody? Coach Casey with Shake School, and today we're going to discuss one of the questions that we get a lot from coaches that are using the platform or seeing our drills online, and that question is, how do we use your program in season versus out of season? The first thing we want to do is understand how our program is used when you're on the platform. So I'm going to show you a video here of how I go about using the platform in terms of if I'm going out back to get a shooting session in by myself, or maybe my son, or maybe I have one player and I'm doing a personal training session, or maybe I have a small group, 5-6 athletes, or this could also be how I would use it in the summer when you're doing the off season and you have a couple of your high school kids together. So this first clip here will show you how the platform works and how you can go in there and get an individual workout of ours. We put in a new workout every month into the program. So all the subscribers that have unlimited access are getting a new workout every single month. And that workout could be anywhere from 4 to 7 drills, depending on the workout. I would log into Shake School here. I would go to Pro Workouts. There's also some workouts here, Casey's Fundamental Workouts or Pro Workouts. And let's just say I click on Kyle Harrison's workout. And in this particular workout, you can see it's an hour and 15 minutes, 10 to 12 reps of each drill. And we have 6 drills in this particular workout. So quick feet isolation is one drill, snap step drill is another one, the shoot, body control drill, snap step, snap down, roll, jab, shoot. These are all names of drills. You have a printout here where you can take this to the field with you, or here's all of those individual drills listed below for this particular workout. So I could click here and this would be my first workout. I would do 10 to 12 of these reps here as part of my small group training. Here's an explanation of the drills. Shows you what we're doing, how it looks when athletes do it, how it looks when pro players do it, all the way through.
Snap step and shot on the run, or a snap step into your step down.
Okay, so now that you've seen what an individual workout looks like on our platform, I would say that we use those individual workouts in the summertime, individual groups, one-on-one training, small group training, and I would also use them, say, in the winter workouts that at least our school does. So I'm also the high school varsity coach for girls varsity at Bishop Shanahan in Chester County, Pennsylvania. And we are a program that is involved all year round. So we have summer workouts, we have fall workouts, we have winter workouts, all voluntary optional stuff when we're out of season, but you get different groups of players. You may have 20 someday, you may have 5 the next day, you may have 2 the next day. So I personally am using our Shake School workouts when I'm doing individual groups, small group training, and say summer workouts. And then also in our winter workouts, we have a small space in the auxiliary gym where you're not really allowed to use outdoor balls. So we use some of the soft indoor balls. And in those workouts, I'm using maybe not all 5 or 6 or 7 of the drills that are involved in our platform for that workout. But in a winter workout where, say, our team does 45 minutes in the weight room as a team lift, and then they do 45 minutes of shooting drills afterwards. So for our winter workouts, I'm gonna pick and choose during that 45-minute shooting session after our weight room session. I'm probably gonna use one warm-up drill from a workout. I'm gonna use one core concept drill, and then I'm also gonna use one advanced drill. So I'm following that format when we're in the winter and we have small space and maybe not a lot of players from the team are available. Now, the biggest question I get is, what do we do when we're in, say, fall ball and we have the whole team together and we can't really spend 45 minutes of our 2-hour practice working through just the Shake School stuff, but we want to continue what we've been working on and make sure that it's a part of our culture, or our philosophy, or our practice plans. Or the bigger question is, what do we do when we're in the spring season and we have 2 hours and we have a rival coming up in 2 days and every game counts and we're trying to maximize our practice? So I drew this up here to try and give you an idea. With this being Kyle's workout, one workout you see on our platform, This is where I would go to a full team practice or in season, fall ball, summer club practice, but you have 20 some athletes. You got to make sure that everybody's getting reps, and you're also making sure that you're addressing the bigger picture items like transition and fast break and 7-on-7 or 6-on-6 or extra man or whatever those bigger concepts are. How do we still incorporate Shake School? So what I have here is actually just a diagram of what, say, one of my practices would look like. We have the practice, we don't spend more than 10 to 15 minutes on a drill. We don't hang on a concept very long. We keep the tempo moving, we keep the pace moving. So if this is an example of a practice, I've got 15 minutes for warm-up, stretch, and partner passing. I've got 15 minutes where we work on some sort of advanced stick work. This is not where we're doing stick tricks or individual stick work. This is a 15-minute session where we have 5 or 6 people in a drill, and we're working on stick work, but also ball movement and how does our team move the ball. So I would say stick work and ball movement here is very different than, say, your partner passing or your individual stick work or your any tricks that you're working on or soft handling like that. Then we have a 15-minute positional breakup session that I have in all my practices. So we go warm up, we get our sticks ready, grab a drink, and then we break up. Defense goes to one side of the field with our defensive coaches, and they'll work on things like what we call ABCD, approach, breakdown, make contact, and drive. So approach and breakdown drills. We have a rapid contact drill that we do where the players get a bunch of reps of making contact, how to make contact with our feet moving, and then we also end with a communication drill for the defense. Now on the offensive end, this is where you're incorporating your Shake School into your big practices with a lot of athletes. So on a regular day of breakdown, we have 3 drills again for my offensive players. We'll do step down shooting. Everybody gets to get in and get tons of reps ripping. And then we will add a Shake School drill that's usually a drill that's focused on the run shooting. So we just got done doing step down shooting. So in this position here, in this little 5-minute session for Shake School on the run shooting, I would maybe grab something over here. I would grab the snap step drill. This is where the athletes are using a quick snap step and then they go on the run down the alley, or they're sweeping across the middle, or they're coming from behind the cage. So we're taking the snap step drill from the Shake School platform and we're doing it for 5 minutes here. Now we have 5 more minutes left in our shooting session for our offensive players, and this is where I'm going to take a more advanced concept, or maybe even a core concept that has 2 or 3 of our Shake School techniques involved in that drill. And this drill here is really putting together the pieces of what we've been working on in the summer and in the winter. So we're doing the full workouts in the off season, and our players are really getting heavy doses of Shake School techniques. And then in season, we're picking and choosing certain drills or certain concepts that we're going to continue to work on throughout the season. And these 2 pieces here are interchangeable by practice. So on a week of practice during your spring season, Monday through Friday, I have 5 practices. I have 5 days where we break up offense versus defense. We have 5 sessions of shooting, and out of those 5 days, we're doing 1 or 2 drills that are Shake School rooted at every single practice. Then the next session in our practice is usually where we go 1v1 or 2v2, where there's a lot of defensive players applying what they were just working on versus offensive players that are applying their Shake School techniques one-on-one in a live setting. So we get to rep it out here, and then we go 1-on-1 or 2v2 for 15 minutes. Then as you look at the rest of practice, we spend a lot of time on individual skills, team ball movement. Again, each position gets to break up and become a master of their craft. Then we compete and go head-to-head one-on-one. And then you look at the bigger picture of a whole practice. We go 15 minutes here. I would put a tempo and pace drill. This is where you see your 3v2s, your 4v3s, quick hitters, lots of rep, fast tempo, lots of ball movement, competition. And then we would go 15 minutes for this little mini section here at the end. We're going to break into 2 sessions here where we're going to have an offense or defensive concept of the day. So if I'm putting in a new offense, this would be 15 minutes of where we would do maybe 4v3, and we're doing the front side of our offense, and we're practicing the looks and the reads and the progressions of the offense on the front side. And then we would do that for about 15 minutes so that my players get tons of reps and tons of looks of how it looks from the initiator spot or the dodger spot. And then we have reads off ball, first read, second read, third read. And then on this next 15 minutes, that's where we would add the backside. So now we would maybe rep out the backside of our offense for 15 minutes. We worked on the front side for 15 minutes, the backside for 15 minutes, and now in this last session here, it's where we would do our 7v7s for girls or 6v6 for guys, and this is where we would have parameters set up where, you know, maybe the girls, each possession, they have to run the new offense at least once before we let them do something different, or maybe we put time limits on it and we play with like a 30-second shot clock. Maybe we shrink the possessions and how quickly they have to move the ball, or maybe we start off the end line. But we're going to have parameters on our 7v7, but we're still going to be working in the offenses that we were putting in that day, or vice versa if it's defense. Maybe we put in a new zone defense, we work on a couple concepts here, and then we go live. But as you see in a whole team practice, we're still incorporating Shake School for at least 10 minutes a day. We're getting 2 drills in every day. We're still hitting on all these concepts that we're using in the summer and in our winter workouts. So to answer your questions, I think this is how you continue what you're working on in the off season through our program, and what your players are doing individually at home in their backyard by getting out the phone and getting workouts. And then we still get to attack those concepts all year round when we have a full team. So you can see we're not sacrificing reps, we're not sacrificing any of the things that we're working on by incorporating Shake School into our practice. We're just not doing it to the extent of a one-time, 1-hour workout. If you guys like what you saw here, make sure you hit a like and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and then leave some comments down below about any questions I may not have answered or any other questions you may have going forward. And we'd also love to hear some other things that you guys would like to see us do in terms of video content to help you guys understand, or, you know, our Shake School program, how to use it, and how it also pertains to the big picture of running your team as a head coach.